Hello, everybody. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, episode 170. Power Rangers. I think that's what it's called, right? It's just Power Rangers
Yeah, just Power Rangers.
or Saban's Power Rangers.
Or
Well,
Power Rangers 2017. They always got to
that's
throw
what
the year
most
at the
people will
end.
have
Yeah.
to. You'll have to find it that way because there's a lot of content. Starring Brian Cranston. All right. Uh, what do we got here? Came out, yeah, 2017. If I can find the damn date. March 24th, 2017. I went and saw this in theaters just to see what it's all about. Alone,
Hmm.
nobody else in the theater. Budget 100 to 105 million. That's 5 million. You can't narrow it down. There might be a 5 million in there somewhere. 142.5 million box office. So it made a tiny bit of money, but they consider that a box office bomb.
Mm.
So much so, leading Saban to sell the franchise rights to Hasbro after he had just bought them back from Disney.
Oh my god.
But maybe it all worked out because we don't really probably don't want Disney to have the rights to Power Rangers.
Yeah.
To all the crazy shit they're ruining nowadays. Um, yeah, your first time seeing it.
Yes. 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 I don't know. I just for whatever reason, I just kind of skipped out on it back in 2017. And I guess full disclosure, I think both of us were massive fans of Power Rangers growing up. I mean, it was just in our childhood, it hit at that right time. So I grew up with Power Rangers. I remember seeing the first movie in theaters. I kind of dipped out after like the main core Power Rangers. I didn't watch all the spin-off Turbo weird shit. I just kind of watched the main show. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't see this in theaters. It could have been reviews or something that scared me away. I don't know. But yeah, this is the first time sitting down and watching it. And I forgot Bryan Cranston was even in it. I remember like when he shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember it was announced that he was, but I just completely fucking forgot. I was like, oh, that's cool. I
Yeah,
love me
Bill
some Bryan
Hader
Cranston.
as
Bill
Alpha
Hader, yeah.
5. Oh, that's weird. It's okay. I don't know. You judging this movie, you could just judge this as a movie and be like, hey, it's probably not a very good movie. Or you could judge it as a Power Rangers movie, which is what it is. And then it's a kind of there's parts of it you want to love as a Power Rangers person, but then there's parts of it you just hate. So it starts off Earth, Croazoic era. I was like, oh shit, we're going back. All right. And there's some explosions and shit. And we see a Red Ranger speaking some fucking crazy alien. It's got
Hmm.
some fucking subtitles for you. And we've got to hide the coins and bullshit. We've got to stop her. Is he talking to Alpha? I can't remember. I think he was talking to
Yeah, I
Alpha.
think he was.
And he like goes to the Yellow Ranger who's dying on the ground and she unmorphs and it's a weird alien creature. And then I can't remember if Rita or the Green Ranger comes over before or after he unmorphs. I think it's after. He kind of powers down too. Oh yeah, because he has to have the coin and he buries him. And he says some these Power Rangers are like magic, and it's not just the coin. You can like do other things
Yeah.
other than being in the suit. He's like, find someone who is worthy. to the speaks to the coin like it's fucking like it's Mjolnir or some shit,
Yeah.
and buries them about 6 inches in dirt. Just kind of.
Just puts the dirt over it. There we go.
I've seen a dog bury things better than this. And then the Green Ranger comes over, who has obviously like betrayed their team and fucked everyone up. And she's like, yada yada. We could have used the Zeo crystal to rule the world. I like how they throw in some some hits because they were setting up the long game. This was supposed to set up many sequels, and so they're kind of throwing little things in there that they can run off of, like Zeo crystal.
Hmm.
That's where the Power Rangers get their next powers, which is Power Rangers Zeo. That one's pretty good. I think all Power Rangers are pretty good through space. It's called the Zordon era. At the end of space, Zordon dies, and that's kind of the end of the continuity, and it just begins like a random story every year.
Hmm.
But beginning through space, we're all one continuity and somehow we're tied together and had a cohesive story throughout the whole thing. Those are awesome. Yeah, so they're putting little hints like that. And oh yeah, then he's like, Alpha, aim the meteor this way. It's like, what?
I was like, what? Yeah.
We have
What
a
do you mean aim
we
the
have a
meteor?
meteor. I think like the planet was gonna die anyways. It's like during the dino era, it's like there's dinosaurs, so it's like that asteroid had to come and create the ice age. So what were you doing? You know, the planet's still gonna die off and restart or something. And then yeah, direct the asteroid this way. You can see it. You can see like Alpha like, oh,
Yeah.
they're riding it.
And
then
meanwhile, on the other side of the planet, Adam Driver is taking care of business. You know what I mean?
yeah. Finding out it's actually 1993 in his universe. And
oh God.
it wrecks, and it's funny. Bryan Cranston, the Red Ranger, pulls himself over the coins. Oh, save the coins! It's like this nuclear blast isn't going to decimate your body.
Yeah.
Pick up those coins, and they call them power coins, but in this they're like a fucking stone slab. There's very strange. It's one of the things I don't like too much is all the strange designs. They're these stone. It's like a piece of a geode, right? You ever seen a geode where they cut it and it's thin and you got you can hold it up to the light. Oh, look, it's got crystals in it and it's got the jagged, rocky outside. It's exactly what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the hell is this? Not a coin? And they keep referring to them as coins, even when the kids first find out we got these coins. It's like, what? You got a coin? Mine's a rock. Like, what? Oh yeah, rock seems like a more appropriate term. Okay. Let's go with that. Rocks.
It's like John Hammond in Jurassic Park. Like, look at this coin I have with this mosquito and my coin. It's like, what?
This is my favorite part of my coin collection.
Oh my God.
So then we get into this is a little bit it's not very kid friendly looking back on it. I don't know who this is made for. Because it's not made for us as the adult Power Ranger fan, because it's not quite there as far as grittiness. It's not made for children because it's way beyond the show stuff. But it's not made for teenagers because, like, I don't think teenagers of this time span would be interested at all. You know what I mean? I go, you want to go see the new Power Rangers movie? Yeah. They're like 14 to 17 years old. Yeah. So,
the fuck is that?
And they're all fucking dancing and dabbing in there and shit.
Yeah, if I were to pick one, I think I would pick Teenagers, just because I feel like there's so much forced pop rock music that's in this movie that it just fits that. I don't know. None of the music in this movie particularly landed with me. I'm like, oh, this is just forced pop rock music for the teenagers to, oh, I know that song. I don't know. I can make your hands clap.
Yeah, during the training. I can make your hands clap. We can't morph. So we got to train unmorphed. Okay, we'll get to that. So yeah, it starts off with like a fucking vandalism of Jason bringing a cow into like a rival school or into his own school. I can't tell. And somebody jerking off a cow. It's like right into the. You milked it? Yeah, she should be happy. I milked her. It's a male cow. Did it have one udder? Yeah, it was really weird. It's like, this is really what we're doing right now? Power Rangers, guys.
And he shines a flashlight at it. Like, oh, yeah, there it is. That's what I jerked off. It's like, what?
The amount of milk was massive. Yeah, and then the police come and there's a police chase, and then he's like running from the cops, and you think, okay, that's enough. He's just gonna run from the cops on his feet, and then he gets in a car. So it becomes a high-speed police chase. I think he rams the police.
Yeah, he backs into one of them.
Backs up into him and fucking. It's like, damn, bro, this is getting intense. Like you are really. This is not a senior prank anymore. This is a felony. Yeah, and he gets caught, and then his dad is fucking. What the hell's that guy's name from The Office? It's Pam's.
Oh yeah,
fiance.
yeah. I forget his name.
Anyways, he's in there, and he's the dad of Jason. I had scouts coming to all your games. You threw it away. You damn threw it away. Now you got to come here with these criminals to detention every Saturday for the rest of your life. You goddamn lucky you only got detention. Like this motherfucker had attempted murder on a police officer, aggravated assault on a police officer, disturbing the peace, running a red light while speeding, destruction. It's like Ghostbusters 2 when they're reading the list of charges, malicious mischief. It's like, see you in 10 years at your first parole hearing. You know, it's like,
oh my god,
there's no way you're getting off with detention. No. Saturday school, bitch.
With an ankle bracelet, like, yeah, there's no fucking way.
Yeah. And there he meets most of the other Rangers. The Pink Ranger's in detention because she punched her ex-boyfriend in the twos. But they put it back. And she's,
oh my god,
you know, she's Kimberly. She's looking good, and that girl goes on to play Jasmine. Jason goes on to play Billy in Stranger Things. They did some big things after that. I don't remember anybody else. I was reading like what they did afterwards, and the guy at CJ who plays Billy in this, Black Billy. They're like, he was praised about his performance, and then it didn't say like he didn't do anything afterwards. It just said he was praised for his performance in the movie as being the first Ranger on the spectrum. It's like, all right, Billy, cool. That's all he did. And then, oh yeah, the Black Ranger went on to be Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
The Yellow Ranger, I think, was some kind of artist, because like when they say her, it's like just Becky G. It's just I think she's like a musician, and it said she has some show on MTV, like making a pop star. I don't know, but they all went on to do kind of something other than the Blue Ranger. So, and we meet Billy Cranston, the Blue Ranger, who's now been race swapped to a black kid, which is I don't mind too much. I guess they just didn't want to have.
Well. I thought he did
They just didn't want the Black Ranger to be black again.
Yeah, which is understandable.
And the Yellow Ranger to be Asian. Like, come on, who cares? Yeah. So the Yellow Ranger was not Asian. She was a Latina X or whatever. And she wasn't Trini. She was Chiny. Yeah. Her name's Chiny. It's like, is that any different? It's an awfully strange name. Let's just call her Trini.
Yeah, I thought I was hearing it right.
Like they're mispronouncing it.
I thought it was Trinity, like in the old ones, like Trinity. No, I was like Trini.
Yeah, it's just Trini, and in this one it's like Trini. A couple people mispronounce it as Trini. I don't know if that's an homage or people just can't get the pronunciation in a movie correct. But it happens. And she's kind of like dark and brooding and possibly gay. So she's, she's got this chip on her shoulder. That's funny. The Black Ranger's like, oh yeah, you were dark. Boyfriend problems? You could say that. Girlfriend problems? Long silence. Maybe. I'll never tell. Oh God. And the Black Ranger is Asian this time, and he's kind of brooding too, and he's just kind of a dropout or something. They see him? Do you even go to the school, Zach? Sometimes when I feel like it. My mom's sick. I got a lot on my plate, man. I help her out in our trailer and park home and feed her and play chess with her. Sometimes it scares me because when she's gone, man, I don't have anything, man. It's over for me. And it's not.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I don't wonder when she'll go. I don't know. I don't wonder if she's going to go. I just wonder when. But yeah, we all do die, Zach. And it happens. So that's a good thing to wonder.
Yeah, didn't he say something like, I like going out at night because I just think she's going to die and I don't want to be there or something? I was like, what?
I don't want to see it. Yeah. They're all hanging out in an abandoned fucking mine like you do in fucking Power Rangers lore and Angel Grove. And Angel Grove is a fishing town. They mentioned that a couple times. And Jason's dad works on a fishing boat. And when Rita dies, there's like an explosion, right? And she falls and it hits like the ocean. Oh, it just kind of sinks. And you see her power coin kind of sinking. Power rock. Yeah, and his dad finds her on his fishing boat. Oh, what is this? Oh my God, what could it be? It's like a fucking mummified, very human
Yeah.
body, though. Like, we
Mhm.
gotta save it, put it on ice for the cops. Put it with put it with the food product in the bottom ice. It's like with the fucking tilapia and shit.
Yeah.
All the fish are like, man, what's up? Who is this? The crabs scuttling over it and shit.
Mhm. At least it's
Hitching at
in a
it.
bag. It would have been worse if it wasn't in a bag.
Oh yeah, they put it in a bag. I forgot. Put that shit in a bag. They just have these body-sized bags on board.
Yeah.
Get one of those 1 million-gallon Ziplocs out of the closet. Flip it out, and it's got it's green when it's sealed. The double seal berry. Oh fuck. And anyways, he calls the cops out. The cops come and look at it, and that's a murder. It's very like modern horror movie when they have her on, and they don't show much of her in the beginning, and she's kind of
Yeah.
like the Ring girl. She's ugly, and she gets like more attractive the more like gold she eats or smears on, or eats. But then she also needs a little bit of gold for the scepter to make Goldar. Goldar, yeah, she needs gold to make Goldar. It's a little on the nose, isn't it? That's one of the design choices I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
She has to find gold to free Goldar in order to steal the Zeo crystal from the planet. Every planet has a Zeo crystal, you know. And then it's what brings life. You know, it's what planets crave, the Zeo crystal. And if it's removed, all life will cease instantaneously, and every molecule in your body will explode at the speed of light. So that's the plan. Her plan. She needs gold. She can't get the crystal herself. Yeah, so they're at the mine, and Billy is kind of fun. He's very fun. He's like, yeah, we should be friends. We can hang out. You know, because I need someone to drive me, and I have a car. Well, more like I have access to a car. And if you were to help me, I don't expect us to hang out, but you could have access to that car for a couple hours and all this kind of shit. And he's just kooky as fuck. And what was the point where like, oh yeah, in detention, there's that awesome scene where the bully's picking on Billy.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Cranston, you fucking bitch? And then he's like, they used to call me Cramston, as in Cramston of crayons in his butthole. but that's not true, because he can't even cram that many crayons in a butthole. Yeah. And I never did that. So I don't even know where it came from. And yeah, he's all pushing on him, and then Jason came up. It was pretty badass. He's like, let me guess, you're the bully of detention, huh? He's like, yeah, who the fuck are you? I'm fucking Jason, bitch. And then he swings on him twice, and Jason just does like a Spider-Man. Just completely misses him. And then bitch slaps him. Damn.
You just slapped me?
Yeah, I did. Weird, isn't it? It's like, bitch slaps him. And he's like, here's what's going to happen, bully. Yeah, that was pretty great. So anyways, they're at the mine, and Kimberly happens to be like quasi skinny dipping. They couldn't go too extreme or she'd be skinny dipping. She's, in her underwear. I come here to kind of skinny dip in my free time just to clear my mind. And then the Yellow Ranger is, what the hell is she doing there?
She's doing like some Tai Chi shit or like some yoga.
Oh yeah, I do Tai Chi on the top of the fucking hill. It's got the best views of Angel Grove. And the black kid, I'm just here so my mom can die. He's hanging out on a train car. And then Billy's there. He's like, oh, me and my dad used to go find things at the mine. I'll cut the same deal with you that I did with him. Anything we find, you can get half of it, okay? Okay, friend? Thanks for being my friend. And he's like, he got like dynamite, blows up the fucking wall. And he's like, whoa, Billy, what'd you do? I think that might have been too much. Anyways, I don't know, he sees something weird, touches it, fucking wall starts to collapse. The Yellow Ranger's on top of it, standing right. And, oh, shit! Oh, did we just kill her? And, oh, yeah, then there's like a glass. Oh, my God, this is unlike any glass I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. How much wild glass have you seen? I've never seen any wild glass. So...
It's one big coin.
Look at this. It's very coiny. Oh, my God. The U.S. Mint has to know about this. This is where coins come from.
Oh
This is
my
where we get
goodness.
our quarters. Yeah, and it's glass. And then the Black Ranger's like, oh my God, there's something in it. Starts chipping away at it with like a hammer, and everyone else is really alarmed by this. Hey man, stop! What are you doing? That's glass. You don't even have any protective eyewear. And he's just, shh. I don't give a fuck. My mom's dying. Shh. And then, oh my God, we all found a coin. Yeah, they just, I love it. Coins. Oh my God, mine's black, mine's yellow, mine's red, mine's pink. They're just going through. That's cool, man. Keep these coins. And what to say? Oh yeah, security comes, and there's
Yeah.
a big chase scene leaving. Probably some ridiculous song that I can't remember playing.
Mhm.
Like, I don't fucking know. Modest Mouse. Crazy, some crazy shit going on.
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah. Um, and they're fucking chasing, and everyone's kind of, whoa, we got to help them. And Jason's like, oh, you're right. Jerks the wheel and does a fucking Paul Walker 180. Has the chicks jump in the side of the van, get them, gets everybody. The Black Ranger does a superhero jump on top of the van. From the inside of the van, the roof just bends in. Let me in. And he like front flips into the van. And then they wake up. They all go home. They all wake up the next day and have strange occurrences from
Yeah,
the
they get hit by a
coins.
train. They think they're gonna beat this train. They
Oh
get
yeah, they hit by a
fucking
train.
demolished. Yeah.
And then they just wake up at home. Come to find out, they just walked home.
Yeah.
You don't know how they got home. They say, okay, we'll walk from here. And they leave the car and shit and all the evidence
Yeah.
of all this shit going down. Oh my God. So they wake up, and I think first it's like Jason, and he's like just ripped. We don't know if he was ripped before. They didn't really show him with his shirt off. But it's kind of Spider-Man-esque, where he's just like, whoa, all right, I feel great. He goes to the bathroom, I think, brushes his teeth, and he like hits his hand on the sink, and it just breaks off. Oh, that's new. Oh. What's Billy's?
He tries to open a door and it like
Oh yeah, rips the
unlatches
door
really
off
rips
the
it,
hinge.
yeah.
So they're like superheroes now, Power Rangers without being morphed.
Mhm.
Which is another idea I'm not quite sure I like as much. But I guess it makes a little sense because the Power Rangers did do a lot of fighting without their suits before they morphed.
Yeah.
It's like
A
you're
lot
gonna
of
fight
jumping
these crazy.
around and yeah.
You're gonna fight these crazy dudes and like not be afraid you're gonna die. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, you got to fight them. My mindset was like, why don't they just morph? They always wait till oh damn, we're kind of losing. Let's morph now.
Yeah.
So I
I,
guess
I kind of agree with you because like if you don't do the superhuman powers, you can mess with like this vulnerability that they have without being in their suits. I think they could have played with that a little more, but like they can't do much without the suit. Like they're powerless. I think that would have been if you ran with that could have been more interesting, but whatever.
Yeah, then like they put their power rocks down on the lunch table, and oh my God, it's getting really hot. And then it bubbles everybody's fucking chicken noodle soup and melts their fucking desserts. Oh my God, what's going on?
What the fuck is happening?
Blows up the fucking popcorn. Oh, whoa, this is the strangest lunch line I've ever been in. It's nothing like my old school.
I did like the Billy bit where the bully tries to beat him up.
Oh yeah.
And then that the cafeteria lady is like surrounded by all of his friends. He's like, I told him, man, I didn't want no trouble, but I really gave it like that. I thought that was kind of a funny bit.
I said, hey man, I'll give it to you if you want it. Because yeah, he's like, what are you doing? He like, grabs Billy's. Yeah, your fucking boyfriend bodyguard ain't here, is he? What are you doing? He grabs his hand. I'm just gonna break the fuck out of your wrist. Like what?
Jesus.
And he's like, nothing's happening. What the fuck? And he headbutts the shit out of Billy, and Billy just doesn't move. Just the kid just get knocked out. Billy Cranston knocked out that guy. All right, Billy. All right. Chick walks. Hey, Billy. Oh.
All right.
Yeah. So they're like, strange things have been happening. Right? Meet at the mine again. Something's going on. And then and all this stuff is like Chronicle. So
Yeah,
I think
totally.
Chronicle was Lionsgate too, wasn't it?
I
Just
think so.
remind me a lot of Chronicle. Like, oh, what powers do we have? Like jumping across crevasses. Whoa! The
Yeah.
legs kicking in the air. Whoa! The classic jump. I don't know if that's how it would work. Your body instinctively does like a running man. If your jump is incredible and over the bounds of a normal human, your legs don't know what to do and they just wing like Luigi. And then oh, Billy accidentally falls down and might have died. So he's like, "No, you gotta come see this. Oh, this hole." And they all fall. Right, yeah, radical. Yeah, and they're in water. Oh yeah, and then it's like, "Oh, look at how we glow from our coins.
Mhm.
I'm blue.
Yeah.
I'm I'm black. No, you're not. Yes, I am."
Oh my God.
And then they swim down, and then there's some fucking dimensional change where it's
Stargate portal. Yeah.
where it's like upside down. They touch through it, and then fall out of the water. Which the water's on the ceiling. And now I don't know. They're in a spaceship. Are we in a spaceship right now? Bet your ass we are. We're gonna be famous, man. And we're superheroes. This is crazy. And the ship starts morphing and doing weird shit, and then Alpha kind of creepily comes in from behind and starts grabbing kids with his tentacle arms, like War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise type looking shit.
Yeah, totally.
And oh my God, who are you? I've been waiting for you. And they introduces himself, I guess. Fucking, how does Zordon wake up? And he's like, Zordon, hello, Zordon.
Oh, I think he
And
makes them all stand in a circle in like a little pod, and then I think it like powers up the ship or something, and then Zordon comes alive.
yeah, and I can't remember if they morph without standing there or if that's like a new thing. Like you got to go to this mine and dive in the water and get in the spaceship to morph. Did they ever morph outside?
Billy did once in the test or the training ground because he breaks up the fight and then he
Yeah,
morphs. That's the first time anyone morphs, and that
but
anytime after that.
they morph on the ship and then they go fight
Hmm.
because they're like walking
Yeah,
walking down the hallway. The first reveal. I almost feel like they didn't have the budget for the fucking suits. And so they did all this training without the suits and then
Mhm.
finally used them in the last like fucking
20 minutes or something. Yeah.
some shit. But anyways, Zordon comes back. Who are these? They're very small. That's what I said. They're called teenagers, Zordon. They're not children, but they're not quite mature adults. Somewhere in between. It's very strange. These teenagers. They gotta fall on these words like coin. You know? Oh, the coins. And he explained he once had a team. His team failed. The Green Ranger betrayed them. All this lore is kind of cool. Like Zordon being a former Ranger, and that's how he's trapped in a ship they took. You know, all that's kind of I can get behind that.
Yeah.
And Bryan Cranston playing it, that's cool. He's also
Yeah, he's great.
wise old sage. That's a good. But then he's got some ulterior motives, so you don't know. Like he wants to come back to life, and if they all morph, he can do that. And yeah, and the Green Ranger being Rita, that's interesting and cool because she always controlled the Green Ranger powers. So it's setting up all this stuff that I would have loved to see how it paid off in
Yeah.
sequels, but we'll never see it. And
Especially if like Rita, I know we're jumping to the end here, but like when Rita dies, quote unquote, like if there's like a green coin left on the street, you pan, you zoom into the green coin, like, oh, like you set up a Green Ranger in the sequel or something, but I don't think they did that.
oh, they did. You didn't watch after the credits.
I did not.
Well,
I dipped out.
You gotta stay. You gotta stay. It's Power Rangers. Anyway, after credits, well, I guess we'll get to it at the end. Yeah. So then they start training, and like we can't morph. These stupid children can't morph. This will never work. Give them time, Zordon. They just got to become a team and learn each other's ins and outs. They got to learn about friendship and love. Then they'll be able to morph anytime they please. The morphing will be so smooth, Zordon, I swear. And he's like, well, we have about 11 Xenons until I estimate Rita finds the crystal and destroys the Earth. What is that? Well, I think that's about 11 Earth days. It's like, what? Yeah, 11 days. 11 days to begin the training. And yeah, they start training. And these are it's like the most extreme 2017 Transformers versions of like, I don't know. I feel like they went over everything they're going to need in this movie and had a group of people at a table. Like what would make this Power Rangers thing more gritty, realistic, and more like 2017.
Yeah.
Goldar. Well, Goldar, he's made of gold, right? And he's liquid. Oh, that's good. I like that. What other ones do they do? Like the suits are like that. They're just like you see some of it in there, but they're so extreme. And they're organic suits.
Yeah.
You know, they're living almost. They grow out of you. The suit is part of you.
The putties are just rock formation.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Come on,
what
man.
about a putty? Well, what if they're like rock graveler creatures who come from the earth? And like these are her main weapon, the putty.
Their
and
army,
like they're a hologram. Yeah, it's a hologram. It's like a video game. And then it just fucking fucks him up. Boosh, knocks him against a rock. Oh, fuck. It's not like a hologram, guys. It's and Alpha's trying to teach him how to fight. Just you dodge, scoop, spin, slam. All right. Yeah. That's a sure way to beat any putty. Dodge, scoop, slam, and walk away. Break the wrist, walk away. So they're just fighting these fucking imaginary rock creatures and getting better by the day. And they have 11 days. And no one can morph until one of them is fighting. Black Ranger's fighting the Red Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. And Billy gets in the middle of it and like, whoa, they're all looking at him. What? Oh my God. Looks at his hands and shit. And he's morphed. How'd you do it? Tell us how you did it, Billy. I don't know, man. I just got in touch with my inner peace and love. I don't know, man. So they take the Ranger team to go find Rita, even though they can't morph. So they're all like human kids fighting Rita at the docks because she comes and sees the Yellow Ranger. Like, I'll make you a deal. There's some shit.
So random, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Like, okay.
You can't just kill her right now. Why? Yeah. Just kill her. That's one less.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a fuck? You know. And how she know who she was? I don't fucking know. But only that one. She only visits her. Yeah, it's strange. And then because she's like, one of you knows where it is, and then she fights him, and they're all fighting Rita without suits. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is Rita. This ain't a putty. You never seen the Power Rangers didn't really fight the main monster. Like, oh, come here, bitch. Oh, start fighting them in the streets. They morphed. And she's just whooping their ass. And ties them all up. I have to kill probably every one of you, one by one, until one of you tells me where the Zeo crystal is, Jason. We don't know where it is, okay? Zordon didn't tell us. No, you don't know. One of you does. Who is it? And then, oh, it's Blue. Yes, it's Blue. And then she's choking Blue. Or no, she's going to kill the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
And then the Blue is very loyal. So no, stop, I'll tell you. It's the Krispy Kreme. Oh, what? The Krispy Kreme. She's like, the Krispy of Kreme. This must be a glorious, important place. Yes, it is. Oh, it's bad. It's a
It's probably
bad
one of the most
product.
egregious product
It's a
placements I've seen in
bad
a long
product
time.
placements
Yeah.
with Krispy Kreme. I tell you what, my friends, the Krispy Kreme.
Pretty rough.
And I think Krispy Kreme had like Power Rangers donuts, if I remember, like little lightning bolts and shit.
Mhm.
Oh god, it's so bad. The Krispy Kreme, and they all mention it. We gotta get to the Krispy Kreme before she does.
We gotta say
Uh,
Krispy Kreme 10 times on the contract in order for us
we
to
gotta
get
get
this.
to Arby's before she does.
Uh,
How'd you know they had the crystal? Not only do they have the meats, Jason, they have the Zeo crystal. Arby's.
oh my
Oh
god.
my god, our Krispy Kreme was built on a Zeo crystal.
Jesus.
Oh,
Glazed.
it's so fucking bad. Oh god, it's good. It's so glazed, dude. Fountain of glazing.
Oh my god.
And remember, she gets there. So this is the Krispy Kreme. Nice. She gets a
Oh my
donut.
god.
Oh,
So bad.
delicious.
So bad.
Delicious. It's so good.
Oh,
This Earth Krispy Kreme is amazing.
oh god.
Fuck, it's fucking funny. And she's like, she gets the Krispy Kreme info and leaves them all tied. Well, she unties them. She's
Yeah,
like,
for some
she's
reason.
either murdering everyone or never murdering anyone. It's just very doesn't make any fucking sense. She gets nothing in this movie. I bet she was like, "Oh, I get to play Rita, Elizabeth Banks." She's like, "Yeah, that sounds great." She gets like 4 fucking lines.
Yeah.
2 of them are grunts. She eats some gold. That's the most she has to do.
Yeah,
in
the
this movie,
jewelry
is
shop, yeah.
threatening. Yeah, well, that and threatening the Rangers in that room. I was like, that's it. I was like, fuck, they didn't give her anything to work with. And she's got kind of a cool costume, kind of a cool backstory. It's like you could have used her a lot more. I mean,
And she was
fuck,
fun. I mean, she was chewing up
Yeah.
her role. I mean, she understood the assignment more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Sucks.
The jewelry shop was pretty funny. I'm interested in gold. And then she's like looking in her mouth because she found somebody with gold teeth once. So she leaves him there. It's like, oh no, but Zordon would be so disappointed if I didn't kill at least one of you. You. And then she like, I don't remember what she does.
She like cuts the rope and he falls in the water, I think.
Oh yeah, into the
Drowns or
water.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're stuck on the wall, so they can't help him. Oh, Billy! How do they get off the wall then?
She lets him go. She walks away and does like a hand movement, and they all just fall down.
You can go now. Save the city or save the Blue Ranger. Your choice.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and they get him out of the water. Help me! Help me, get him out of here! They put him up, and they're like, "Oh, he was the best of us. He just wanted a friend. God damn it! Damn it! Pick him up! Pick him up!" And they all pick him up. There's a sad song playing as they procession his ass out of the fucking fish market. And then apparently they walk him all the way to the mine because they got just all the way to the mine, walking with the.
Oh,
way.
it was a cheesy like acoustic version of I think it was Lean on Me or Stand by Me. It was one of the two. When the night is come. Yeah. Just carrying him. What the fuck?
Yeah, they thought people were gonna cry at this moment or something.
Mhm.
Watch, this is gonna get the tears rolling. So they bring him back. What happened? I warned you, Jason. You were reckless. I'm sorry. And what'd they do? So they all stand there and they're all sad about Billy. They don't even stand there. Then all of a sudden, this floating galaxy thing in the middle of the fucking room gets crazy. Zordon, the morphing grid is open.
Mhm.
They just don't explain what a morphing grid is ever. It's there. And it's open. You can step through, Zordon. Step through. And then he disappears. Then they're like, "Oh, did Zordon come back?" Because they know he wants to come back. I don't know. He could have. He could be anywhere. What does that mean? When he comes back, he just just take a random living person's body from them? And so he's any random person on Earth. He'll find his way home. It's like, how does this work? And then, anyways, head comes back. Zordon, what happened? It was there. Why didn't you step through the grid? Because there could be only one Red Ranger. This is your team now. Plus, the power can only save one. And then Billy in the back, choking on the water. And Jason realizes what he's done. Oh my God, you sacrificed coming back to save my friend Billy? God damn, I respect it. Thank you, Zordon. This is your team, your time now. I failed. Don't make the same mistake as me, Jason. You take your team and you do it. You do it for me. And and then they all stand there and morph. And we get a really first good glimpse of the suits as they're walking out. And I don't know. How do you feel about them? They're okay.
Yeah.
Because you can see some of the oldness in them. Oh, we got to have the triangle on the. But it's just everything is how is it more extreme? Like the dino helmets, and then they're like extreme and like pulled out, like somebody. It's like Beetlejuice, where the guy pulls his fucking face. It's all weird features that are just elongated and crazy looking. And
I'm not a fan of just like the chromy look of these when they do these suits. I don't know. I just like the reflection.
Yeah.
Just give me a fucking when everyone saw Hugh Jackman in that Wolverine suit, everyone was just like, fuck yeah, and it's silly. It's just a fucking yellow costume, but it's like we as fans understand like those are the suits. It's fine, but like you said, it's like that room in 2017. People sitting at, how do we make it 2017? Oh, it's all flashy and cool and all this stuff reflective. Right? Just tone it down.
It's like translucent pieces and armor pieces. And instead of the white triangle in the chest, what if it's like it's emitting light and it's a galaxy floating in the chest that you can see? That's fucking amazing. Yeah. It's the morphing grid. Oh my God. Yeah, it's fucking weird. And it's so CG. There are parts where you could tell they're using a practical suit, and that looks actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have like an extreme sheen, but it's very few in between, like close-ups and stuff like that. Fights, you can just tell it's all CG.
CG, yeah.
And it just doesn't look very good. And you could just do the original Power Ranger movie suits, but a little better. Step it up if you want to do the armor kind of paneling and just make it look cooler. Because those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then make the helmet a little cooler, but that's it. And then they all have these huge fucking weird alien eye visors.
Mm-hmm.
So they can retract and you can see like in the giant mouthpiece, so you can when it's retracted, you see the whole face. Because I remember in the original Power Rangers movie, they didn't like that you didn't see the actors and they wanted them to emote. So they had like the removable mouth, the mouthpiece was gonna come out and the visor and they were gonna be like that as the Power Rangers. And then people were like, dude, that's not how it is in the show.
Yeah.
That it looks very off-putting. And then they like changed it, like because I remember behind the scenes they're showing the helmets and like so you can see where the mouthpiece actually got glued in and wasn't going to be there, but then they put it in. And so they did it in this one. They finally did it because they fight for a little bit with their helmets on, and then it's like no, now we're just full face. We're Power Rangers, showing our face the whole time. It's a little weird. I guess it's okay.
Oh yeah, because the rest of the movie they're in their Zords and they all have their piece off. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And that's
for some reason I pictured their mask on, but I guess they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Zords fucking suck. Mm-hmm. They're so bad. When you first these are your Zords. All right. And then Zach takes us out for a spin. Whoa, yeah. And it looks nothing like a fucking mastodon. It's just a giant fucking tank.
Yeah.
Creature with like a gun nose and shit, and the Tyrannosaurus doesn't even really look like a Tyrannosaurus. It's just they don't look like the animal anymore, and they're so extreme, and they just really bad designs. And
I think the pterodactyl was the only one that looked like the one was supposed to.
Pterodactyl was decent.
Yeah,
because it looked better than the original show. I actually got that tiny little shitty gnat of a Zord, and they're all fighting and all this bullshit. They're fighting Goldar. It's a fucking terrible, terrible villain. Liquid gold fucking creature that kind of looks like Goldar because it's got like the wings and everything. No face, really.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty stupid shit. And then Goldar's like, oh, pushing all the Zords at the end of the confrontation into like a pit. Get him in the pit. And it's kind of like an homage to whenever the Megazord would lose in the old show, it'd fall in a pit.
Mm.
Like, oh, all that showed all the dinosaurs going down in like lava, and then the Rangers like, oh, flying over the fucking camera and landing on the my Zords. How did this happen? And then something happens where the Zords are saved or the Zords are turned to different Zords. But they always got defeated in the same lava pit. They got sucked back down into Earth. So it's kind of homage to that. And they got pushed in, and they're all just giving up on life. They're like, okay, this is how we die, guys, but together. Okay, yeah. No one dies alone. No one. And then they get pushed in the pit, and I don't know. They never mention that they can connect together. The Alpha doesn't mention it.
Mm-hmm.
No one mentions it. And then they fall in the pit, and I don't know if it's their like love for each other and their like willingness to die with each other that makes the Zords form together or some shit. But they form together in the lava pit, and you don't really see it. And then they kind of what they kind of climb out. Just
no, it's like I think Goldar like bends down or something, and then like fire shoots out, and then it just slowly and it keeps going and it's like it's standing up or something. It just like slowly out of
the yeah. And he stands up, and it's the Megazord, and the Megazord sucks too.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like these things created it at all. Like the Megazord in every movie and iteration of Power Rangers, you could see how it was made.
See the pieces,
like you could see the parts, and it worked because they had to have a toy that worked.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to come together, and it had to work because you got to make the toy, and it's got to connect. These never had I remember the toys. They had toys of the Zords, and then they had the Megazord toy, but they never had Zords that made the Megazord.
Yeah.
Because you can't make that from that. It doesn't make sense because it's like a super skinny, like human figure. It just looks like a fucking human with some like armor or some shit on it, like human hands, human legs, human torso. It's not like made out of another thing, and that's really disappointing. I remember seeing the toys. I'm like, dude, the Megazord doesn't even fucking change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't even bother to have the design good enough where it could actually fucking transform, bro. And then so your Megazord's like this tall, and it was like $50, and it's just like a solid plastic giant action figure because it doesn't morph or change. I was like, this is fucking. I really wanted to buy it just because I knew, I was like, man, this is a moment in time. I almost want this Megazord just to look back. Yeah, look at this. You remember this? This fucking Megazord.
Just a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it's bad. And then they're all like on the chest in a different glass pod. It's so stupid. They're not even like together in a centralized command post like on the normal Megazord. They're like, whoa, I'm over here. I'm a leg.
They control different parts of the body. It's like,
and the Megazord fucking falls over like, like, oh, I think that's you, Billy. Oh, I'm the legs. Okay. So stupid. And then what do? Like, Rita's there and she can't believe it. No, it's like she's never seen the Megazord.
Yeah, she's like, unbelievable.
So that's what's strange.
Yeah.
That's what's strange. It's like, is this not supposed to happen? She's been a Power Ranger, and she's like, what? And just looking at it. And then what do? They kick her?
I think they get into a small fist fight with Goldar, and then they do the training, the dodge, swoop, fucking slam, and then I think they bitch slap Rita into space because did you bitch slap her?
But no, they do that in the beginning. No, like the first.
Oh, right, they did kick her. Yeah.
And they kick her, and you kind of think it's the end. It feels like the end. They just kick her. She's like, ah! It kind of falls over. She just kind of lays there dead. I was like, that's it? Megazord just slightly kicked her, but then she like absorbs Goldar. Then they have a slightly longer fight, which is still shitty as fuck. And the Megazord is pretty fucking lame.
Yeah.
And then you have to like call out all the moves because they're not even together. It's like and they have like an intercom system because they're talking to like Rita. give us your power coin and your scepter, and we'll turn you over to Zord. And it shows the outside, and we'll turn you over to Zordon. There's like an intercom system outside the Megazord. He'll decide what to do with you. I'll never turn myself into Zordon. And so it's just like, Preety, left jab now. Zach, right leg. And it's like, it's really fucking stupid, dude. Just terrible. Far worse than the suits, I think, is the Zords and the Megazord. It's egregious. And then they win by doing the stupid fucking guys. Remember the move? Oh yeah. The grab, scoop, and then it's stupid seeing this humanoid robot do this motion. It's like doing like a human wrestling move. You'd see it like college wrestling. It's like suplex.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. And I heard due to budget too, I heard this like, remember how the Red Ranger has that sword when they're fighting? And they never mention it. Like when he's fighting, he has a sword like coming out of his arm. No one else has a weapon, and they don't even mention how he gets the weapon or what's going on. I guess due to budget restraints, they were all supposed to have a weapon, but they didn't do it. I was like, budget? What do you do? You couldn't add an extra little CG dangler on their arm? What kind of budget? It's all CG. It's like, it was fucking weird. And then they do that and kill Goldar, and bitch slapper. And then, did you just slap her? Yeah, weird, huh? And then Billy's like, oh, I get it. Call back. Mm-hmm. Detention. You guys don't know, but I know. Well, Pink Ranger was there too. She knows. And then they bitch slap her and she goes into space. Like, like just fucking like fucking flames on her, just fucking like Superman flying in Man of Steel. Just
breaks the sound barrier.
They keep it on her, and she's like, going into space and shit. And then she finally slows down in space and freezes. And I think we see that she's holding her power coin. Maybe, I don't remember. And that's the end. And they go back to Zordon. He's like, it's a very weird ending with Zordon. He like puts his power coin there or something, or his sword.
It's a sword.
He has the sword for his suit, and like, here. Mm-hmm. He's like, you deserve it. You should keep it.
Didn't know he had it.
Yeah, and it's not part of the suit. It looked like you're not. It looked like it was part of the suit, man. And you're not morphed. It's like, no, I'll leave it here. And then it's like, well, whatever. I'll be back for it. Like they weren't ever going to come back. Like your Power Rangers now. It's not a one and done. Oh, we're done here. And it's like, it's this weird ending where it's like, hey, we're cool with you, Zordon. We might come back. Hey, see ya. Have a good life. And then it's like, Michael Bay, I face myself. And they do have the Power Rangers theme in there once when the Zords first come. I think that was good. And then it only lasts for 10 seconds. It's like, dude, do more of that. It's like, go, Power Rangers. Now you're leaning into it and not having some fucking emo rock song or whatever the fuck. But anyways, I thought it was a fucking strange ending. All right, we might be back. And it was very Michael Bay. I could have seen it just fade. And anyways, after credits, it goes to detention, and they're all back in detention. And okay, everybody, we have a new student here today in detention. As if you introduce students in detention like it's their first day of school. This isn't normal class where everyone say hi to whatever. He's a transfer student. He's new to detention. You know what? And anyways, and he's like, okay, Tommy Oliver. Tommy Oliver? And then it goes to an empty desk, like a green sweater sitting there. Tommy? And then it pans out to the hallway, and it's like an explosion into the hallway. And so you kind of think, is it the Green Ranger fucking shit up? And it's Tommy now? But we also get a voiceover of like, Billy? Like Jason saying that to Billy, and Billy's like, My bad. So did he? I don't. It's a kind of a
Weird.
strange. I don't understand if it's insinuating Tommy or Billy did this for some reason. But anyways, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, we also get Jason David Frank and the original Pink Ranger
Yeah.
at the end
Taking
when they're
photos.
filming, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's so funny. He was such a weird guy, JDF. He got kicked out of the fucking premiere he went to for this movie because he was filming on his phone his part of the movie and trying to film like the crowd reaction to it. So, sir, you cannot do
Mm.
this. It's me. he's so into himself, bro.
Oh
At
no.
times he could be super kind and super humble, but at the times he was like that. So that was cringe as fuck. I didn't know that. I was like, what? He got kicked out of the movie premiere doing this?
Oh yeah.
And
Speaking of cringe, 1 second. After the battle is done, and everyone's taking photos, I think they all like they dance like, ugh, like the fucking
mm,
Megazord just does a little thing. I'm like, God damn it,
yeah,
why?
yeah, it's bad.
Cringe.
Well, at least it wasn't now. It'd be a Fortnite dance. It'd be
Yeah.
something way. It'd be the fucking Juicy Justice shit or some shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? The best part is the characterization of the Rangers. They're really good, but they build them up too much. You know what I mean? It's like all about the Rangers and their relationship, trying to get you to care about them to the detriment of the overarching save the planet story. And it's just too much. It's like
Yeah.
80% of the movie is just Rangers unmorphed talking about their problems with each other and learning about each other. Oh, Kimberly's got a problem too, and she never reveals it at the fire. Well, no, I'll do mine later.
Skip
that's
me.
for the sequel. Oh God.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. Like I I appreciate like a slow burn action movie, and in fact, I sometimes typically like that. But the issue is that if you go that route, you have to make damn sure that the slow burn is worth the action at the end, and the action at the end has to be fucking great for it to all kind of cohesively work together. But I don't think the 80% of the characterizations land very well. Like it's not very entertaining. Like it's fine, it's serviceable, but it's not like I'm not engrossed into all these characters or what's happening. And I think the climax of the movie is not particularly that action packed
yeah, and
fun.
they're never they never fight as Power Rangers. They fight as Power Rangers for what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, not
And then they're
even.
in a
Yeah.
Zord. And it's
Hmm.
like, come on, man, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, lame. But I did like the characterizations. I thought they were pretty nice. I like the different personalities. It's not Shakespeare and Scorsese we have here,
Yeah.
but it was elevated for what I thought Power Rangers was going to be. So that was refreshing. But the designs are shoddy, suits iffy, Megazord trash, villain trash, Rita severely underused,
Yeah.
even
She
Zordon
tries, but yeah.
severely underused.
Hmm.
Like if you're going to do all this shit with the kids, at least have them in the power chamber so Zordon can be a part of it, because that was a great, and have him tell more stories and lore, because that was great. I loved this new kind of take on Zordon where he's a former Ranger. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's parts I like and there's parts I absolutely hate. It's kind of a fun watch every once in a while to go back and but then by the time you're done with it, like
Yeah.
it's like what did I watch this for?
Hmm.
You watched it for the best part of the movie is kind of the middle part when they're meeting each other and getting their powers, which isn't that great.
Yeah.
And so that you watch the whole movie for this little part in the middle that isn't that great. So yeah, it's just disappointing. I am kind of sad we didn't get to see what the sequels would look like, because I think there was something you could have built on there. I mean, scrap those Zords, move on to Zeo or something so you can change designs and have it be better and have a better villain. Like Lord Zed in this universe I don't know,
Yeah.
that could have been fucking amazing. Like this fucking crazy looking dude. Um, so that sucks. So hopefully Hasbro with their fan service is going to bring us something good in the next movie. But this movie, a one-off, one and done, never again. Uh, and man, the marketing push for this was big. Remember seeing all these
Mhm.
posters and all the shit and it, the one posters, and it would just have a
Just
ranger,
the yeah.
and the whole marketing was like "Go Go." That was their tagline: "Go Go, Power
Mm.
Rangers." Get it? And like just a lightning bolt and never like saying the name, like you know what it is, bitch. Look at it. And like I remember there were ones of the Zords and the like the Blue Ranger was like lounging on the
Yeah.
Triceratops, and it was weird. Uh yeah. Shit. 5.8.
Yeah, man. So yeah, my first time watching this. Yeah, I wanted to like it. I really did. But it's a pretty mid movie, man. Like I don't know. It's like a lot of it seemed weird to like you mentioned the theme song that shows up for like 30 seconds and like it felt so weird and out of place where they put it. It didn't like feel earned. I'm like, why didn't you play that song when they were walking down the hallway the first time they morphed that and like you built like the song how it builds up like that seems earned to me, but it's just randomly like they're fighting rocks and they're like, oh, let's get into the thing, and then they're just like running down a valley and they play that and then it quickly goes away. It's just like, okay, that was just I mean, it was cool to hear it. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like that's just a weird spot to just throw that song in there. Um, but yeah, like I said, the structure of the movie, and as you've already said, it's like 80% of the characters, and I just don't think that it's interesting enough. Like you mentioned, Chronicle. Chronicle's a dope ass movie, and what's cool about Chronicle is that when these kids get their powers, they do like interesting things of how they discover it and how they use it. Like they're playing football in the sky, and they're like doing stuff with baseball, and like how they're discovering their powers I thought was unique and kind of a fun way how teenagers would actually like utilize their new powers. So this one's just like jump over this valley, oh no, I don't know, it's just like, all right, we've seen this before so many times. Like some of it just seems kind of redundant. um and yeah, but there are some characters I liked. I think them as a whole, as a group, I think are pretty fun, like when they finally get together. um and it's funny, like I think no one says Trini's name until about an hour into the movie. I'm like, is that her? Like, no one said her fucking name this whole time. And then finally in the cave, they say it. I'm like, oh, it took them long enough. Like, Jesus. Um, and then I thought, like, okay, they're only showing Billy, Kimberly, and Jason. Like, where is? Oh, sorry, my cat and my dog are fighting. Like, where is all the backstory for fucking Zach and Trini? Like, and then finally they do. I'm like, okay, took them long enough, but we finally got there. Um, but yeah, I don't think the climax is that interesting or that exciting or fun. It's just kind of the thing I did appreciate though is how small it was. Like we're so used to these big climaxes that take place in like big cities and the beam in the
Yeah,
sky.
this one's just out of Krispy Kreme.
It was just like, it was very like small towny, which I appreciated. And I appreciated it took place in the day, not this nighttime climax shit. I don't know. Overall, it's just kind of like, I wish it was better. So I was coming today with like a 5.6. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I'm glad I did, just to see how they would handle the Power Rangers and a kind of more grounded take of it. The Batman Begins version of Power Rangers, if you will. And yeah, I don't know if they did not stick the landing very well. But I do want to go watch this reunion thing on Netflix. I'm assuming it leans into it's more maybe more charming or goofy, some of the spirit of the old show. I hope it doesn't take itself too. You've seen it, but I hope it doesn't take itself too seriously. So I'll be curious to check that out, see how that is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've heard that there might be a spin-off from that coming. Like I heard Billy being the wise old sage for a new series or something, almost like Zordon type character. We'll see. Yeah. Would you say 5.6?
Yeah.
5.6, 5.8. We're right there. That's pretty close. It's a flash in time. 2017. It's there. It's very Lionsgate. It's very that era. And it's not very good. But I'm glad you saw it. It's worth a watch, definitely.
Yeah,
and
totally.
if you've ever liked Power Rangers, to just check it out, see what it's like. Yeah, so 5.8, 5.6. I don't. It's like not available anywhere. You got to rent it. It's not streaming because I think its rights have been caught up with the deal with Hasbro and they're not quite included or some shit. I don't know, but it's on YouTube for free. I found it. It's one of those movies. You know, some of them are just pirated, and the people that made them are like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like we're not gonna copyright you. It's like I don't understand that. You could throw a whole fucking film on YouTube. That's like an hour, 30 minutes, and we play fucking 10 seconds of a fucking song clip,
Yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
we get fucking, hey motherfucker, you're gonna have to answer the Sony Music Corporation. It's like this motherfucker's got a whole goddamn movie up.
Yep.
Songs included. It's like, how do you get away with that?
Which even worse is that back in the day, probably like a year ago, I structured the edit a little differently. Whereas we would say like, this is Brian versus Brian. We were talking about Power Rangers, and then I would cut our video off, and I would play like probably like 20 minutes of the trailer, like as it is, with none of us talking, like 20 seconds of that trailer, and then I would fade back into our show. But we started getting copyright strikes every single time I would do that. So now I don't do that anymore. Now I just, I don't contain any audio from the trailer at all, and I keep it like 10-second clips. So even then, I'm using 20 seconds of a trailer, not even the movie, just the trailer. And we were getting copy strikes.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I don't understand how it works, man.
Ridiculous.
How it works. But yeah, I mean, go check it out if you want to. If you haven't seen what it's about, it's worth a watch. If you've ever enjoyed Power Rangers, you find it somewhere, rent it. I don't know. Maybe you're one of the few that has it on Blu-ray. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this came on a Blu-ray. This might have been just a DVD. I don't know. I don't remember. So, anyways, we appreciate having you. Thanks for dropping by. Please join us next time. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Music, as always. We love having you come by and hang out with us for a bit every Sunday. And until the next feast, we say peace.
Peace.